Hey, Matt.
Yo,
What up? What up?
the sky.
Good answer. Original. Never done it before.
Yeah, I'm known for my originality.
The one and only. That's what they call him.
There's more than one world would be a much worse place.
Be a lot of something. A lot of something. Nah, it might not be worse. Who knows? Depends on how you look at alternate realities in which you're all the same person. Anyway, what are we doing?
We're podcasting.
That we are. What what podcast are we doing?
That's a good question. We'll have to go to the judges on this one.
Scoreboard says.
Apparently, it's called Gamers 2. Apparently. Could be fake news. I don't know.
Hashtag fake news. All you, never mind. Not doing it. Not doing it. It's too easy.
Going in.
What have you been up to, sir?
Whole lot of nada. You know, I bought a couple games, cheap games, played a little on Steam Summer Sale.
Oh, okay, all right.
Played a little Plague, bought Plague,
Okay.
played a little bit of that, messed around with it. Trying to go down a different class line in World of Warships.
Oh boy, we're back to the World of Warships.
It was interesting. I don't know. I just don't know. A lot of dying.
Rough from the bottom.
It is. It is rough. What else has there been? You know, just a normal routine, which is, you know, YouTube and helping Samantha with Lego, Harry Potter, and started rewatching Vietnam War documentary because it was so good.
Oh, nice.
And that's about it. That's it.
Not too bad. Not too bad. Better than weeks past, I can say.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm gonna start playing God of War this weekend. I think that's
Yeah?
Got to get into that. Get it out of the way.
I like it. It's a fun game. Decent sized download. I'll probably start that.
It's been installed since I had it.
Oh, all right. Well, never mind then. Oh. I have been doing my usual.
The normal routine.
The good old normalness. A little bit of the show, a little bit of WoW. Started playing Mr. Shifty. Tiny build game from maybe over a year ago. I'll beat it. I'm liking where we are right now. I'm 3/4 of the way through. I'll probably beat it this weekend. It's just levels.
Like a platformer?
Top down. Top down runner, I guess. Your only thing is like you blink around and you punch.
Okay.
I guess you can grab and throw objects too, but that's really it. And there's just a bunch of different enemy types, and you have to figure out how to defeat them. And then there's levels that they'll turn off your ability to blink around until you destroy stuff. But it's nice because it's checkpointed.
Mm-hmm.
So like even though the level might have, or the stage might have like 6 levels, once you clear one level and go through the door, and you die in that next level, that's where you spawn. It's just to do it right again. So it's not like punishing to die in a level that you are trying to figure out. I think the most I've died maybe was 20 times on a level. Or 20 times in a stage.
Okay.
So, not bad.
Cool.
Played some Mario Tennis Aces.
How's that?
It's okay. I have nothing... I don't have anything completely bad to say about it other than I feel like the controls aren't as sound as they should be. And...
Like mushy?
Precise. Like non-precise.
Yeah.
Like if I point it right and it just goes down the middle, I'm like, wait, am I missing? Is my Switch screwed up or is the game screwed up? I think it's the game.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's just like I'm going through the story mode and it's kind of just like whatever. Definitely not a $60 title at the moment for me. And then I tried the Flame in the Flood. Played that for maybe 30 minutes. just kind of seeing what it was about. Interesting.
I don't
Might
know.
go back to it, might not.
Which it was that indie game? What is that?
Indie survival game. You go to like an island. The island world is tiny. You gather what you can. Maybe make a fire to get yourself out of rain or shelter or whatever. Because you have meters on yourself that you're trying to keep up. Once you have everything on the island, you just leave. And then you're on a raft going down, and then that's how you get to like the next island and all this other stuff.
Survival games. So hot right now.
Yeah, but at the same time, I'm kind of. It's not what I'm looking for really. So it's kind of up in the air if it'll be returned to. I'm reading the WoW book, I'm like chapter 18 now. So
is it feeding into the WoW playing?
Yep. The beginning of it is kind of distractions. Fun distractions though, I think. I don't know. Just toss up, people these days. Coin flips.
I write them all off.
I am soulless, but there are that's gonna sound way too sappy. I was like, but there's very few people I would give my soul to. That's, God, I don't like that sentence.
Lots of cheese in this episode.
Yeah, it's just it's mozzarella. The beginning, like maybe a couple chapters ago, I finally got out of like what I already kind of know from the game. Or like the game gave me the overarching story, and I was just getting a little bit of like the behind the scenes details. And now I'm to the point where it's like I don't see this in the game, so we're actually moving into more interesting stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, it's been watching baseball, watching the World Cup, and watching summer games done quick, which I'll talk more a little bit about later. Actually, screw it. I'll eliminate it from later. I'll talk about it now. Summer Games Done Quick is a speed running marathon that happens 24 hours a day for, I believe, 7 days or 6 days. It runs from last Sunday to either next Sunday or technically like 2 a.m. on Sunday or some weird time. It's either Sunday or Saturday. And they are raising money this time around. They do it twice a year, once in January. They might be doing one more now. They might add a third one. But once in January and once now. The January one, I believe, is a cancer one. The charity they're benefiting now is Doctors Without Borders and something else. I can't remember what the second charity is, but they're already over $1 million as we're recording now. And there's a chance that they could still hit $2 million by the end of tomorrow. That's
some high level like nerd stuff.
And the best part, I bring this up because we've heard. I'll get into it. We'll get into it with the first headline, but we've heard all gaming does bad. Does bad. Yada yada. This is a bunch of gaming nerds that are raising money for cancer and doctors. Suck it, people that don't like it. We'd raise more money than you do. American Heart Association does a heart walk. These guys played games for a week and raised like triple your money. Shh. Hush, hush, little babies. Anyway,
the conversations that happen on that stream are like so high level nerd.
Oh, they're extreme nerd culture.
Speed running nonsense. Like I appreciate what they do, but like I can't watch it. It's definitely like you have to be inside that subculture or like be semi interested in speed running to like to get into it there.
Yeah, it's there's a lot of speed running talk, but then there are times where somebody just makes an off-cast reference, and I'll either go, "Good reference," or I'm going like, "What is he doing?" It's so it's so obscure that I can't get there, but it's fun to watch. I just have it on in the background all the time. I bought a tank top from him because proceeds from the tank top go to that thing.
Tank top tiger.
So I was like, you know what? Whatever. I need a new tank anyway. I think
good for mowing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And my two sleeveless are not tanks, and one of them is probably going to get retired here pretty soon because I've had it for a long time.
I have an America one. I feel ashamed to wear it anymore though because it's like
I have a flag one, and I just found my flag boxers, and I'm like, July 4th, I can't.
Like the flag tank top while mowing the lawn, it's just too cliche. Like I can't do it.
Yeah. I should also be drinking a Bud Light and anyway,
Yeah. Like a fucking aviators on. with
chewing
like a
and
shotgun over my shoulder or something. I don't know.
balls deep in a squealing hog. Anyway, so that's what we've been up to. World Cup's been a lot of fun.
It's been real interesting. Haven't watched any of it. I just get the highlights. So
Highlights are good.
It's real interesting. I've been enjoying the videos and GIFs posted on Reddit of the Mexicans celebrating the South Koreans. I don't know if you've seen any of those.
They
but
pulled out.
great.
They went to the
ambassador.
they went to the Korean embassy, pulled out the ambassador, and he drank tequila with them to celebrate beating Germany.
And the chant was like, "You're a Mexican now," or something like that they were saying. It was interesting, and I really enjoyed it because like I feel like that's what these big sporting events should be. It's like the bringing people together, like the whole original idea of the Olympics. Bringing
It's a
different
celebration
countries together.
And that's what's also funny is when Mexico won their first game, when they beat Germany, did you see they caused an earthquake celebrating in Mexico? It registered on the Richter scale.
Did it really?
Yes.
Leave it to them. I have to say, like, I was watching the videos, and a couple years ago I went to Mexico, and like all of my experience with Mexican people is they're like some of the most fun people I've ever experienced. So, just throwing that out there. Go party with some Mexicans. You'll have a good time.
Never mind. I'm not getting political. I'm not saying it.
If you can climb the wall.
That's not what I was going to say.
Oh, okay.
There is no wall yet, in case it was curious who you voted for. Anyway. Yeah, I bring myself down because I'm just going to get heated. I gotta settle in. So let's talk about some...
I just want to... Going back to the thing real quick.
Oh,
Can you imagine what it was like to be one of those South Korean people who'd randomly, like, they're in the... getting picked up and, like, carried through the streets?
Can you imagine being the ambassador? Your embassy's getting stormed on. Granted, you kind of know why, but at the same time, you're like, do I go out and celebrate with them? Like, they're insane.
Good sports, definitely. All around.
The best part, too, is if you watch it. If you watch, like, the video, he's outside partying with them, and he just grabs the bottle of tequila and just drinks from it. I'm like, hell yeah, Korean dude.
That was good. Made me feel better for a little bit there.
Yeah, I was like, I have a little bit of faith in not America. Anyway, new releases for this week that you can play right now. Far Cry 3. You might say
new releases.
You might say, Nate, that game came out years ago. But here's the point. It came now to PS4 and Xbox. So,
here's the
play
question.
it again.
Is it better than 5?
Some people would say yes. Some people would say no. Some people don't care.
Some people would say they're the same goddamn game.
Also true. Do you know the definition of insanity?
It's better simply for that dude. I can't remember his name. Voss. And then...
the ending where she kills you while on top of you? Because that's up there.
That's also good. But for me, it was when you walk into the club, when you're storming his compound, and Die Antwoord's playing. And then you walk in, and it was playing like, I think you're freaky. And I was like, is this Die Antwoord? Like, what the like,
yeah, as everybody else is also going, who? Anyway.
True.
Number 2, Mario Rabbids Donkey Kong DLC finally came out. Number 3, once again, we're going through the joke of these aren't new games. Number 3 is Nier Automata, the Become as Gods editions for Xbox. Number 4 is Matt's favorite game, The Awesome Adventures of Captain Spirit for PS4, Xbox, and PC.
Is that free? That's free, right?
I think at least the first episode is. I didn't confirm further on if it was the whole thing or not. Number 5 is Matt's other favorite game, The Crew 2 for PS4, Xbox, and PC.
I kind of feel bad for The Crew 2.
I feel bad for The Crew 2 only because Horizon's showing it.
Yeah, like they're showing at E3 like just shit on that game.
Yep.
Like,
Number 6 is Bomb Chicken for the Switch. Once again, have fun names. You'll show up here. Number 7, because I find it funny, is MotoGP 18 for the Switch. And then because I find these ones funny, Pro Cycling Manager for the PC, and Tour de France 18 for the PS4 and Xbox. Oh, yeah.
There's a manager for everything now.
That there is. You can manage anything you want, unless you, without all the experience that it takes to even get hired before you're a manager. Haha, job market joke. Number 9, Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy for Xbox, PC, and Switch. And number 10, MXGP Pro for PS4, Xbox, and PC. Then Wolfenstein 2, The New Colossus came out for Switch. And Pokemon Quest made its way to iOS and Android.
Woo woo, new releases.
Woo woo, and once again, Nate screwed up. I'm not going to edit it. Nate, saying a story earlier, has now changed the numbers for a second straight week in a row.
Oh yeah, that's right. I didn't think about. You know what? We could.
You can edit on the fly. Mine won't let me.
Yeah, we'll edit it real quick. I'll just delete
just backspace out of there. Yeah.
Just delete this.
This is how we edit on the fly, because if you ever have listened to us before, I don't edit this podcast. I cut some stuff out at the end, cut some stuff out at the beginning, and then we just go.
That looks good.
I'm gonna have to close and reopen. So.
All right, I'm going to read the first one.
I wanted you to anyway.
We would be remiss if we didn't mention the fact that the World Health Organization has proposed a revision to their international classification of diseases that includes gaming disorder. I was going to write... I was going to write this whole, craftily worded, opinion on it, and then I deleted it, and I was like, screw this, because no one really cares what I think anyways. But if you dig into it, there's positive and negative aspects to this. In the grand scheme of things, it's probably not going to matter a whole lot. I don't know what else you want to talk about it.
I mean, I just want to shit on it.
See,
but
it's frustrating because obviously addiction is addiction. You can be addicted to literally anything.
Which right there is the problem with this specific diagnosis. If you read the article, everything they mention of if gaming happens to take up X amount of time, or you're choosing that over other things, or this or this, I'm like, that's literally just called addiction, people. It doesn't matter what it is. If you choose to go to the gym that much over that, you have a gym addiction by that definition. And technically this is the it going on. I'm going to call them WHO, so I can save myself some time. The World Health Organization going on.
Who are you?
Who? I really want. All right. So if you go on that list, I guess that it's easier to be able to technically walk into a doctor's office and say I think I have this, and then not go get out.
Yeah. And I can see that's the advantages I see on the short term. Really, is the legitimizing video games to a certain degree. It's and insurance stuff.
Yeah, the other problem I have with this one, which is kind of the same problem I have with not so much alcohol addiction, because alcohol addiction, there's chemical changes actually, not that there aren't with video games, but not the same thing. You're putting a substance into your body.
Yeah, it's the argument of addiction to sex and addiction to cocaine.
Yeah, which even with the addiction to sex, you're still releasing endorphins that are, it's but there's not. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah,
it's something you're doing versus something you're putting in you. Difference.
Yeah.
But it's that stuff like gaming or alcohol, or drugs just in general, whatever it might be, bulimia, who knows, you're doing, that's usually the overarching, but there's an underlying reason why it's that way, whether you're depressed or whatever, and that's your, gaming is your escape. Mm-hmm. So you're treating the solution but not the problem, I guess. Mm-hmm. You're treating their way of coping with it, which is just to disappear into a gaming world and not deal with shit. But the problem is that they have actual, potentially mental or just health problems that it's what I'm scared of is it's going to, because I think the minimum, or the quote baseline number was 20 hours a week. And I went,
yeah.
That's not hard. First off, that's not hard to achieve. And also I don't want to see it become the ADD thing early on when ADD first came out, where like my child slightly doesn't pay attention. Oh, well, he has ADD, and then every kid is just diagnosed with ADD.
Yeah, and to be clear, this is a proposed revision and not necessarily adopted yet.
Right. And this is the first time it's been revised since like 92 or something.
Yeah. And there's a lot of, it's not like every medical professional is in total agreement. There is a lot of dissent.
I believe in the same article, like one of the same articles has somebody that's for it and then somebody saying what I just said, because I kind of paraphrased what he said of, there's an underlying cause that you can now look over and just say they have X and not dive deeper as a medical professional.
Which, if one of the people who's, I can't remember, I think we read the same article, it's a CNN article or whatever.
I believe so.
And he was actually a member of WHO, and he said that, like, you know, we were treating this as like, you know, not necessarily, it's basically just to get people in under insurance reasons, basically, and stuff like that. It's like a, you know, like almost like a legal speak
and
thing.
the last point I want to make before I move us on is, who is not saying that games are addictive? Who is saying that you can be addicted to games? And those are two very important distinctions to make.
Yeah. The idea of what they're doing is not necessarily outright wrong. It's the timing that's the issue, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because the what's going on with Fortnite and all that, it seems to be a European thing. I don't know, like
I don't know.
Shit with kids playing too much Fortnite and their parents are freaking out, that type of thing.
Well, even then, I believe the video when it initially came out has like
which is an addiction. It's bad parenting.
Yeah. It says my kid became a drug. Well, I mean, do we need to go right to blaming him? I mean, sure, he's got some of it because he can't put it down either, but like, it falls on you too. Sorry. Number dose. Earlier this month, it was announced that Fortnite would have cross-play support, but it would exclude PlayStation. Naturally, this didn't sit well with the community, and there was a lot of backlash. Microsoft and Nintendo did not make it better by throwing some gas on the fire with a trailer poking fun at the situation. Well, Sony Interactive Entertainment CEO Sean Layden was asked about this by Eurogamer and responded with this statement. Quote, "We're hearing it. We're looking at a lot of the possibilities. You can imagine that the circumstances around that affect a lot more than just one game, and I'm confident we'll get to a solution which will be understood and accepted by our gaming community, while at the same time supporting our business." End quote. I wouldn't hold your breath, and neither would Matt.
Yeah, the last little bit there where he says something that supports our business, like their current business model that they're going with is very conflicting with the idea of crossplay. So,
and I still think that this statement still, I think, doesn't hear what people are actually like really complaining about.
Mm-hmm.
Is like, yes, crossplay would be great, but it's the fact that I can't even sign into the same account.
Yeah,
because of you. Like, I have to create a new account technically. If I've linked it to a PS4 and I want to play on a Switch, I have to have two accounts.
Yeah.
So I think they're still not completely getting it, at least in the immediate thing. I think they see the big picture, which is crossplay and having everybody play together, but they're not seeing like just the immediate Band-Aid fix where they can just go like, we'll fix this part for right now. We'll still work on the overarching part.
Well, it's kind of like, to me, I see it almost as synonymous with their whole name changing on the PlayStation Network thing. It's like, It's something that everyone's always wanted. It seems like by now they should have a way of doing it, but they're just like not doing it. Ignoring the situation basically, or generally leading everyone on.
Yep.
All right, now we're going to get into our lawsuit segment.
Holy
3.
shit. There are 3 lawsuit stories back to back to back.
Yep. I kind of and they're we should just have like a dedicated lawsuit segment and a dedicated Fortnite segment, or a dedicated Fortnite lawsuit section. That would work too.
Actually, yeah, because they're usually one and the same.
Mm-hmm. which they all, well, besides for the last one.
Well, time to speak to your lawyers, Nate and Matt.
Number 3, PUBG Corp has withdrawn its lawsuit against Epic Games. There's no explanation as to why PUBG backed away, but really no reason is needed. Most contribute this development to the fact that PUBG licenses the Unreal Engine from Epic, and that both PUBG and Epic share a major investor in Tencent.
And Tencent is massive.
It's massive. And
so they
don't want their kids fighting. They just want that money.
They very well may have walked into PUBG's room, beat its ass, and then said, "Shut up," and walked back out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just find that funny.
It was...
It's exactly what I expected to happen.
Yeah.
It's just funny. Now we'll go to the Fortnite side of things. And Epic, in number 4, Epic is suing Thomas Hanna, a quality assurance contractor, for leaking Fortnite Season 4 spoilers. He is accused of conspiring with a third party to leak the location of the Meteor's Landing and Season 4's superhero theme. The third party is not named in the suit and is not named by Thomas Hanna, even though his defense claims he told the unnamed person that's not named. What? Fucking shut up, mate. Told them spoilers in a private conversation that he thought would remain confidential. Guess what? When you sign an NDA, you can't tell anybody, you idiot. Epic is seeking punitive damages under state and federal trade secret laws, plus attorney fees.
Yep.
I don't know what that technically amounts to in this case, but...
I don't think they know either. They said that...
Just hit it with a broad brush and let somebody else figure out your numbers.
That's basically it. They said that there's no way we could calculate the amount of money that we've lost because of this. So we're just seeking this. And then, well, we'll let you figure it out. Which I have the feeling, knowing Epic and how they are, like, it's more of a making an example than an actual monetary.
Yeah. It's like, I'm not worried about the money. We just need to understand this is not okay.
Yeah. A lot of NDA stuff.
Yeah,
recently. I don't know if
I feel like people just don't believe NDAs. They're like, oh yeah, this gets me access if I just sign this thing. Sign. And not that it says like we can come after you because you're an idiot.
So my beef with salmon burgers is that they make me burp up salmon.
I like that we're just going to switch this right into our food discussion. Yeah.
We did teriyaki salmon burgers, courtesy of Nate. But I get these salmon flavored burps like afterwards. I don't know what's up with it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What do you think of the while we're here? What do you think of the teriyaki? Did you really taste teriyaki? I didn't. I didn't either. At all. That's why I was like, it says teriyaki, and then I was like, I was expecting it because when I did them the first time, I did plain.
Yeah.
And then these tasted like the same, and I was like,
they kind of look the same too.
Yeah. It was a little bit more orange, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, it's not.
Yeah, I don't know.
Whatever. You're number 5, yeah.
So I was drinking some water.
Oh, sorry. Stay hydrated. Stay hydrated in these warm temperatures.
I was It's hot in this room. I was driving up here, and I was just minding my own business, and my throat decided to stop working and swallow saliva down the wrong tube, which has just ruined my evening, basically. I've had this
I'm going home.
I have this coating of phlegm on the inside of my throat now that just won't go away.
If
I have a lot of issues.
Everybody's listening during dinner time.
Yeah, there you go.
Phlegm.
All right. Where was I? Number 5. Warner Brothers has responded to Bethesda's lawsuit over the Westworld game via a statement to IGN. It reads as follows, quote, "As one of the world's leading creators of intellectual property, including the groundbreaking television series Westworld, Warner Brothers has a deep respect for intellectual property rights. As such, the assertions by Bethesda Software that Warner's Westworld mobile game improperly used source code from Bethesda's Fallout Shelter are as surprising as they are unsubstantiated. Warner Brothers has been assured by the game developer Behavior Interactive that Bethesda's allegations are untrue and that none of Bethesda's code was used in the Westworld game. Moreover, contrary to Bethesda's baseless accusation, Warner Brothers at no time induced Behavior to use the Fallout Shelter code, in Westworld." The cynic, end quote, by the way. The cynic in me kind of interprets the statement as Warner Brothers putting some distance between themselves and Behavior Interactive, because like they just keep saying, like the statement's kind of like, oh, Behavior handled it and they told us everything's fine. Like,
yeah, that's very much how that read, and I always love the beginning whenever you get some probably ego-having PR person that starts the statement with, as one of the world's leading creators of intellectual property. And I went, Warner Brothers, man. Leading IP. Oh, they're not Marvel. Shit. Like, I appreciate it.
All of their money-making IPs are not their own IPs.
No, let's see. Lord of the Ring. Oh.
Even if you include the movies, too.
Yeah.
Like,
not theirs. Huh. DC.
Talking a lot of shit.
Sorry. I apologize. Not really, but it's funny because it does. When you look at it, I didn't look at the code, obviously.
No.
Because why would I see that?
Yeah.
But looking at the games at face value, you can see similarities, so I can understand where it would be a problem.
Yeah.
Number 6. Telltale is dumping their proprietary game engine Telltale Tool and moving on to Unity. The Walking Dead's final season will be the last to use the aging engine, while Telltale's Stranger Things will be the first to use Unity. You can almost hear the universal sigh of relief from Telltale fans.
I don't know what happened there.
I don't know. I thought you might have gotten drunk.
Yeah, about time, I guess, right?
That also might have been me. I might have been playing WoW and hit WW to go forward and then realized that I was in the dock.
That'd be really funny.
Yeah, no, going forward, that makes me pumped.
Yeah.
Because that engine was awful. It was like cool. It was a good concept engine.
Yeah.
And then immediately they needed to go, all right, let's get an engine. And then they just never did.
The article that there was a couple articles that I was reading about it, and they all went into details about like basically why the engine, not necessarily why the engine sucked, but how archaic it was and how long it took to add things that were semi-modern to it. And it was like
using
really
it since season 1 and The Wolf Among Us. So I mean,
it's really hard.
6 years.
It's really hard to justify like a developer like that to build their own engine anymore. You know what I mean? Like,
right. That's why it like made sense as a prototype engine. Get your first game out there, go, okay, this is what we can do, and then go look for an engine.
Yeah.
But that's not what they did, which is always the weirdest thing to me.
Even like if you like another example would be like Kojima or BioWare. Like they both have the ability to build their own engines, but
Kojima takes a world tour for a year to figure out which engine he's going to use.
Yeah, and like BioWare takes a FPS engine and like modifies it. So now like they have a modern engine with their tools that they need instead of like building something from the ground up that's, 50% complete and always broken. Anyways, good for them. Look forward to seeing their games. I'm wondering if they're going to keep that same aesthetic. The same, I
would assume the same aesthetic. I just hope we don't see all the problem. Like, there are some horrifying problems if you look up Telltale glitches that are just like, that's only that man's eyeballs. You're like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do anymore.
Well, what's funny about that is Unity has...
Oh, Unity has problems too.
The similar...
But I'm hoping it's less... Like, even with those visual bugs, sometimes, like, whatever, but there were, like, crashing problems within Telltale.
The save game issues.
Save games just being deleted.
Yeah, that's a big... That's a bad one for a game like Telltale.
Yeah, for where you're literally going through a story, making choices, and they're like, oh, by the way, all those choices you just made don't matter. Not only don't matter, make them again.
Yeah.
Number 7. Red Dead Redemption 2 has only been officially announced for Xbox One and PlayStation 4, but it may be coming to PC. This rumor comes courtesy of a programmer's LinkedIn page. He's been confirmed to currently work at Rockstar and has previously worked on GTA 5 and LA Noire, but it was his experience But it was his experience listed working on Red Dead Redemption 2 for PS4, Xbox, and PC that caught people's eye. He's since edited the page to remove the information, and I'm pretty sure most of us expect Rockstar to follow the trend of releasing the PC version later, so probably a year later, like they did for GTA 5.
Yeah, I think it seems like a lot of people were misguided, like they had forgotten that happened with GTA 5. And they're like kind of expecting the PC version to launch at the same time or something like that. I don't know if like it's bizarre.
Yeah, I feel like everybody just kind of forgot that GTA did not release day and date. Because GTA released 3 times.
Yeah.
360, Xbox One, PC.
So ridiculous.
Yep.
Okay. Number 8, Shenmue 3 pokes his head out again in case you forgot about it. Developer WiseNet sent an email out to their backers to let them know that the PC system requirements are for Shenmue 3 so they can better choose what platform they want it on. The requirements listed are pretty tame, except for the 100 gigs of storage. I'm hoping that's unoptimized space requirements, because that's a lot of goddamn space. I don't know. Do you want to run through what the system requirements are? Does anyone care? They're really low.
Yeah, let's put it this way. If you have a computer from 2007 on, you can run it.
Yeah.
That's about par for the course at that point. 650 Ti, yeah. The funny thing, so yeah, 100 gigs for Shenmue is a lot. But that's also, remember what Shenmue is.
Yeah.
That's not surprising.
I guess.
It's probably, I don't know, do I want to shit on them? The code is probably so bad that it's just massive.
And it's like 50 gigs of like audio.
Yeah. Yeah, because they're walking around and banging cans against street corners to get the sound right. Number 9. We've got some interesting hardware news tidbits. Tidbits, a way you can get pineapple in a can.
Yum.
Delicious. Corsair acquired Elgato, but not their smart home division. Did not know they had a smart home division.
Did not know that either.
I know that now. Are they still called Elgato in the smart home division, or are they called something else?
I think it's like Eve something. Eve or Ev or Eve. It's
Okay.
Eve. I'm pretty sure it's Eve something.
The terms of that deal were not disclosed.
I think that's interesting. Good move for Corsair. I think it'll be good for Elgato as well because, more money. Corsair's
More money, more problems.
True. But Corsair's got, they got experience. They know what they're doing.
Corsair's got their pulse on that market.
Yeah.
Just keeping it alive. You don't want to know what we're doing.
A lot of hand gestures.
Razer has shown off their first keyboards with optical switches. Matt, can you explain to me what an optical switch is?
It's it uses a little. That's infrared basically. It's infrared switch.
Okay.
It's like semi-mechanical with an infrared actuator.
All right. Is it better?
Is
it better than mechanical?
It's the new hotness in keyboards and mice. Is optical switches. I don't know if it's better. I mean, I guess on paper, if you look at it, okay, it's got to be better. Having I guess an infrared optical actuator means like it's more precise theoretically. But I don't know. Like, what was there anything wrong with mechanical keyboards?
Not that I was aware of.
Like, it just seems.
But then I also saw somebody make a mechanical keyboard. Not like somebody make one like we've seen the custom ones. No, somebody took a mechanical keyboard and used chiclet keys. Like, it was still mechanical, but it was chicleted.
I think Corsair has one.
They might be the ones that did it. And
Yeah.
I was like, interesting.
And it looked, the keyboard aesthetically looked amazing.
Yeah, but I'm looking at it and I'm like, you're like,
I don't know what to
I don't know if you're going
guess.
backwards or what we're doing here. It was really weird.
I'm sure I was really, when I saw that, I was like, oh my God, I'm intrigued. Like, I'd be interested to try that because I hate typing on laptops. And because of the key height and all that, it's just weird to me. But the idea of mechanical switches. I'm like, what is this? Has got to be some bizarre feeling. But anyways,
Yeah, like I liked that keyboard for the time I had it, but then I needed to go mechanical because I needed reaction times and stuff like that because that's not a mechanical keyboard.
yeah. Yeah, I'm curious to see this whole optical switch hubbub that you're about to.
But they've come out with two. The first one is called the Huntsman for $149 with a slightly upgraded version for $199 called the Huntsman Elite. Typical Razer stuff.
Gotta have names, man.
I mean, call it the Huntsman, I guess. Sure.
They're nice. They're nice looking. They're not your normal Razer thing going on where like you get the fucking symbol all lit up.
Okay.
They're very like minimalist. And they
so
have
right
like
up your alley then.
Yep. Right up my alley.
Right
the
up
Elite
that alley.
The Elite comes with a wrist rest and it has like media key.
Have you ever really used a wrist rest?
I use mine.
I
have that one.
I find that, but that's not for my wrist. That's my palm. Like
Yeah.
that's the bottom of my hand.
Okay, I guess that's what we.
But
I said a wrist rest,
but people
it really
call
is
them
a
people.
palm.
People do call them wrist rests, or they'll get that like foam. Like you can get a foam one, like bar in front of their keyboard, and I'm like, it feels so weird to me. Like my buddy had one in high school, his laptop or his desktop.
Yeah,
and I would just use it to beat people with because neither one of us actually rested our hands there. It was just weird.
No, I have the same thing you have. It's a wrist rest, but called a palm, or it's a palm rest, but it's called a wrist rest, and I use it. And I can't imagine. I've used keyboards obviously without them, and I don't like it because I can't. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm so used to setting the heels of my palms
I have
down,
my palm or like the heel of my palm sitting down because I'm usually only using one hand because my mouse is all obvious there.
Mm-hmm.
But like when I'm at work, I find myself just kind of like slamming my hand down.
Yeah, and then you're like trying to type like this, and I don't like this.
Yeah, I'm like I feel weird.
Expensive though, damn right. $199, $150.
Yeah,
I mean that's in like really nice mechanical keyboard territory.
Yeah,
like, really nice.
I think retail $150.
Probably street is like closer to 100.
Yeah, I mean you can get it pretty much anywhere for anywhere between 100 and 120.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's the full, it's not the tournament edition or whatever they call it, 10 keyless.
Yeah,
where you strip off numpads, which I still don't like.
I think where optical switches will become more prevalent is in mice. Because I think they hold up better.
Well, that's the thing is because mice are technically rated for a click number.
Yeah.
Hi, Max. Hello. I love you. Yes, I know. They're rated for a certain click number, and the other thing too is unless I think you need to have the software installed first, you can check your click number to technically when your mouse in theory starts to deteriorate. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that would be the idea, would be to get the more clicks out of a mouse is technically a better product. It's also the same way that if you are the company that makes rape whistles, then eventually you're going to go out of business if you sell it good enough because nobody's going to be raping anybody. It's kind of like a double-edged sword. I
don't know if you had the same experience, but I
with rape whistles?
No, not those.
Never been blown on me. Not what we're talking about. Sorry.
I just want to take that in so many different directions, but it's
we could spiral real deep into a lot of holes right there, and I don't think we should.
I find my mouse to break or die way sooner than keyboards. I don't know if it's because like the keyboard tends to be more stationary, whereas the mouse you're moving it around and you're slamming it and like that type of thing.
See, but I'm also a wrist mover. I'm not an arm mover.
It's because you don't know what you're doing. You don't live. I'm trying to stretch my back here because I'm old.
That's what I mean. So many people have been like, "Do you wrist aim or do you arm aim?" I'm like, "I wrist aim." So I have carpal tunnel probably through all the way up to my shoulder at this point.
Well, no, you'd have it in your wrist, and I'd get it in my shoulder.
No, see, I'd have so much of it in my wrist that it would just back up.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, moving on. This is a long one, number 10. There's been a few mentions of video game streaming services in development from big names inside the industry.
When did we mention them?
I don't know. For
E3 recap show. Good job, Matt.
There was EA, right? EA has one.
EA talked about they were
Microsoft.
going to be bringing one. Microsoft also mentioned it, and then
Sony's kind of got theirs.
Yep, Sony kind of has theirs. They don't have the AAA or like the current stuff. And Ubisoft had said that they were seeing it going that way. Yves Guillemot had said that before the show. Is that racist? I don't know.
I don't know. No. Well, we're throwing one more on the pile. Google.
Dun dun dun.
According to Kotaku's sources, representatives from Google were present at GDC to meet with several big video game companies to see if there was interest in its streaming platform, codenamed Yeti.
Like the coolers?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeti coolers. Pretty good brand. Just saying.
Mm-hmm.
There's your plug, Yeti. I'll take some money.
We won't go down there. It's more politics. Google Google also had meetings at E3, and these same sources claimed the meetings were to woo game developers to the service and to buy development studios outright.
Woo!
Kotaku's Jason Schreier, the author of the piece on these rumors.
And the best, hands down, video game journalist. Period.
Yeah, he always brings the good shit.
And in this corner. Doesn't matter who he goes against, people, it's him.
He said that one of the theories he's heard is that there would be heavy integration between Yeti and YouTube.
No.
Which kind of harkens back to the thing we talked about last week. The subscribing to creators on YouTube and being more Twitch-like. Kind of interesting. There's been mention of some hardware related to the project, but no one knows any details. Inside the industry, a lot of people are skeptical because of Google's willingness to abandon projects. But back in January, they did hire Phil Harrison, who is a veteran executive who has worked for both Xbox and PlayStation, as well as a hiring spree of experienced game developers and marketers from various big video game companies, which PlayStation was mentioned and EA was mentioned. So, yeah.
Interesting.
It is interesting.
And if somebody's going to do it,
they got the money.
It's going to be them or Amazon.
Yeah. And I think, I don't know. I guess you could argue either one is better placed, but if for a service, I think Google's better placed just because they have better knowledge of actual infrastructure, whereas Amazon's more of like a tangible infrastructure, tangible product movement and stuff like that, like.
Yeah. It would just be,
although
be interesting.
Amazon is already in the game with making video games. So.
Yeah, Lumberyard and stuff. I believe their engine's Lumberyard.
It's Lumber something. Lumberjack, maybe? Or
I'm going to call it Lumber. And I'll just leave the other half of it off because I can't remember what the second half of that word is.
It's something.
I like yard.
I mean, we could Google it.
We could.
Googly.
Is your phone up here?
Yeah, I got it in my pocket.
Okay, Google.
That shit don't work.
What do you mean that shit doesn't work? It works all the time. Did you turn it off finally?
I don't know, all right? I think I turned it off and it hasn't done it since. So I'm assuming I turned it off.
Hey, Google. Okay, Google.
Lumberyard.
Hey, I was right. Sorry for everybody's home devices I just turned on. My bad.
Yeah, you're real sorry.
I didn't give it a command.
Set an alarm for
2 a.m. Anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
interesting.
That's it for the news. That's all I got.
That's it for the new show. This is about. No, I'm kidding. We got some more stuff to talk about. A little bit of more stuff. A little bit, a tiny bit. Can you go to the site that is there and let me know if there's anything worth talking about on that site while I go through some other stuff? The Steam Summer Sale still going. Matt bought some stuff. Did we already go over everything you bought? I know you played Plague. And you played World of Warships.
I bought Fallout New Vegas. I was gonna buy Doom, but it's cheaper on CD keys.
Same thing with the Kingdom Come Deliverance that I had mentioned.
Yeah. Everything else, I just don't want to commit to. I mean, everything on my wish list is obviously on sale, but like
Yeah.
I've kind of decided against playing Prey. I don't really think that I would.
That's one of the ones where I was like, do I not? Do I not? I think I'm to the point where I do not do it. But,
Yeah, and then Kingdom Come Deliverance was on there, but it's the same situation. Like, I don't think that I want to get into that. Like, the one that was on there that I was thinking about was The Witcher 3. Like, I have it on PS4, but like I think I'd be better off getting it on PC. But that if I got The Witcher 3, the whole reason why I didn't get Kingdom Come Deliverance is because it's a longer game.
Yeah, it is.
So like, why would I be getting The Witcher 3 then? Like,
Right? Yeah, getting both of them I don't think makes sense.
It's always a battle between like what I find interesting and what I have time for. What I have time for in general, and also what I have time for in my endeavor to stay somewhat current on what games are out now, which I'm failing at miserably. All right, what am I looking at here? We got. I don't understand their website.
There should be a tab at the top that just says bundles, and we'll probably show you all of them.
I'm on the mobile site, so it's like.
Oh, okay. So that was the Steam Summer Sale, and I'm going to go through two more before Matt finds anything. PlayStation Plus games for July. You redeem these on Tuesday, I believe. I think it's the first Tuesday, so yeah. Tuesday, July 3rd. PS4, you get Absolver and Heavy Rain. PS3, you get Deception 4, The Nightmare Princess, and Rayman 3 HD. Vita, you get Space Overlords and Zero Escape, Zero Time Dilemma. I only know the PS4 games and Rayman 3. After that, you're on your own. Xbox Games with Gold for July. Assault Android Cactus is available from July 1st to the 31st on Xbox One. Death Squared, fun party game, is available from July 16th to August 15th on Xbox One. Virtua Fighter 5 Final Showdown is available from July 1st to the 15th on Xbox One and 360. And Tom Clancy's, my thing just zoomed away in. Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell Conviction, available July 16th to the 31st on both Xbox One and 360. And the last call out is Amazon Prime Day is coming. Take a look if you need anything. Literally anything. Amazon sells it. Just take a look. Take a look. Meshu, do you have anything?
If I'm looking at this right.
Alrighty.
I'm not seeing a bundle this month other than the monthly bundle for games.
You're not looking at that right.
All right.
Do I need to take a gander?
5 bundles.
Okay, so that doesn't sound like. Go ahead. Is there one that strikes a chord?
There's the Humble Monthly, which is just whatever.
Which is ending very soon. We'll have a new one next week.
6 days left.
Yep, so new one next week.
There's the software bundle, which is cybersecurity. I don't know if you want me to list those off.
Nope.
There's a book bundle. That's programmable boards.
Probably like Arduinos and Raspberry Pis.
There's another book bundle called Survive Anything.
Oh, so it's like a bug out survival something. Oh,
it is. There's I saw prepping knots and stuff like that thing in there.
Learn how to tie a knot that doesn't hold better than a double wrong square knot.
And then there's an audio bundle, which is DC Comics in graphic audio.
Interesting. Not a. I mean, I enjoy audio, but I did not know they did audio bundles, so I thought that was cool. That's cool.
I did not know that. Yeah, I didn't see a game one though. I don't know. There's not like other than the monthly. I mean, there a lot of games are on sale in their store.
They also might have
like a summer sale.
They probably just have a summer sale, and they are also a sponsor of SGDQ, so they might have something with them. But it also might be just that the game ones ran out earlier, and they're loading new ones.
All right. Well, since lack of that, do you want me to read you the?
Give me some hot takes.
I'm in the Survive Anything bundle.
All right.
Pay $1 or more, and you get a pocket guide to prepper knots. Modern survival, how to cope when everything falls apart. Survival retreats, a practical guide to creating a sustainable, defendable refuge. Lost and stranded, expert advice on how to survive being alone in the wilderness. The Pocket Outdoor Survival Guide, and The Joy of Cheese Making. Oh, there's one more. Wow, that's a lot. The Pocket First Aid Field Guide. Let me skim through here and see if there's anything good. Hurricane preparedness, brewing beer, smoking and salt curing. That's an interesting one. 52 prepper projects. The Mini Farming Bible. These are all like in the following tiers. Nuclear war survival skills. Homesteading. The Self-Reliance Manifesto. I don't recognize any of these authors, though. So, I don't know. Anyways, what else we got here? You care to hear any of the other ones? Cybersecurity?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm good.
Yeah, kind of a weak month.
For them.
Yeah.
Still other stuff going on. Like I said, you want to spend money, you can give it to Steam. You want to spend more money, you can give it to Doctors Without Borders and SGDQ. Just find Games Done Quick on Twitch. And there you go. But that's all I got.
That's it. Short day.
I mean, not
podcast?
really. We're about where we normally are.
Oh.
Which is
We
not.
kind of blew through. I thought it would take longer on the news because it seemed.
I
Like
thought so
was-
too, but I mean, there wasn't really much that was opinionated. I mean, it was just kind of all no shits.
Yeah.
I mean, we can make opinions on it, but it's like, haha, PUBG, okay, moving on. Haha,
Yeah.
Fortnite,
kinda
okay,
getting
moving
old.
on. Yeah,
The lawsuits and stuff.
we're to a point where maybe in
Oh, what? Let's talk about the NVIDIA thing. The NDA. Did you see that?
no,
Okay, so there's a bit of a hubbub in the gaming hardware scene,
Hubba-boo.
or just the computer hardware scene, where NVIDIA sent out an NDA to all the publications and stuff. But some journalists, I think the first ones to do it was a German website, posted the NDA online because they were pissed off about how it was worded and the fact that it didn't say what it was for. It literally was just like a random... If you looked at the NDA, it was basically a random NDA.
huh?
It didn't mention what the product was for, or like what the product was, or what it was for. It was like a blanket NDA, and there was some conflict. There was a statement or two in there that made it sound like it was against the NDA's policy to say anything other than good things about NVIDIA, which a lot of other people disputed, but it was just interesting little thing. NVIDIA has not commented on it at all, obviously.
I wonder if somebody rogue sent it out,
Maybe a mistake, like a draft or something.
Yeah.
Or if it was,
or just somebody's like, quit talking shit.
yeah,
NDA,
could be.
which is just not how NDAs work.
Hmm.
But I mean,
But it was sent to like everyone.
yeah, mailing list all send.
Yeah. So that's interesting.
Interesting indeed.
Yeah.
We don't have any questions, so
Sadness.
sad day.
Oh well.
Time to move an office around.
Yeah.
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 I put things up, I put them down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. That's it. Gamers2.com. Question forms there. Find us there. Find us on everything else. Spotify, whatever. There's a service. We're on it. Later.